Good afternoon, students. So, in the last session, we were discussing about applications of dimensional analysis, and we have completed the first application, that is conversion of one system of unit to another system of units. So, that was the first application of dimensional analysis. Our second one is to check the dimensional correctness of a given physical equation. So, we are going to check whether the physical relation between those quantities are correct or not. So, that is the second application. Using dimensional analysis, we are going to check the relation between those physical quantities, whether they are correct or not. Physically, the relation between them is correct or not. So, we will take an example, that is we can relate this with the homogeneity of the dimensional analysis. Already we have discussed that the law of homogeneity, what it says. The system of all the units will be the same. The principle of homogeneity says that dimensions of all the terms in a physical expression will be the same, should be the same. So, that is called as homogeneity of dimensions. Here we are going to check whether those dimensions are correct. So, we will take an example. Let us take first equation of motion, that is V is equal to U plus T. So, we will write, now this is final velocity, this is initial velocity, acceleration and time. You know how to write the dimensions. For velocity, it is Lt raised to minus 1. Again it is initial velocity, again it is a velocity, so Lt raised to minus 1 plus acceleration. For acceleration, Lt raised to minus 2. For time, it is T. Now solve it. Lt raised to minus 1. Lt raised to minus 1 plus, now add the powers of time, that is minus 2 plus 1, Lt raised to minus 1. Lt raised to minus 1, Lt raised to minus 1, Lt raised to minus 1. So, they are physically correct. So, quantities of same dimension only can be added. We see the dimensions of both the sides are same, hence the equation is dimensionally correct. So, we will take another example and then we will prove the correctness. That is half mv square is equal to mgh. Half mv square is equal to mgh. So, this is one physical relation. We should prove using dimension analysis, or we should check whether this physical relationship is correct or not. So, we will apply dimensions for this. So, this is half or 1 by 2, we do not apply, we do not have this number, do not have dimensions in. So, for mass we can write it as m. For velocity it is Lt raised to minus 1. So, whole square, whole square we are writing it. So, again for mass m. This is acceleration due to gravity g. So, again it is an acceleration. So, Lt raised to minus 2. Height is nothing but length L. Okay. So, now solve it. For m we can write it as m L square T raised to minus 2 is equal to m, add the powers, L square T raised to minus 2. So, the dimensions of both the sides are same, m power 1, L power 2, Lt raised to minus 2, m power 1, L power 2, T raised to minus 2. So, the dimensions of both the sides are same. So, the physical relation, that is half mv square is equal to mgh, is physically correct, it is dimensionally correct. So, we have seen two examples. You can apply this with the same, you can apply this for the other relations and you can check whether they are dimensionally correct. So, this is one of the application of dimensional analysis. And the third application of dimensional analysis, to find the relationship between various physical quantities. The last one is to establish a relation among various physical quantities. So, we are going to now derive the physical relation using different quantities. நிறைய quantities கொடுத்துட்ருப்பாங்க, and we are going to derive what is the relation between those physical quantities using dimensional analysis. So, let us, for example, A physical quantity Q depends upon quantities like Q1, Q2, Q3. That is, Q is proportional to Q. Then we will write this and we apply dimensions for those quantities and we derive the relation between Q, Q1, Q2 and Q3. See, if X is related to Y, Z, what is the relation between X, Y, Z, other quantities? How it is related? We can use dimensional analysis. So, using an example, we will derive. So, first we will check, we will read the question. Obtain the expression for the time period. You have to derive the equation for time period. That time period depends upon mass m, that is bob of mass of the bob, length of the pendulum L, and the acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity at the place where pendulum is suspended. So, constant k we can take it as 2 pi. So, T depends upon mass, length of the pendulum, that is bob, where it is from a point where it is suspended, and then the acceleration due to gravity. So, first step will be, now time period, time depends upon, so directly proportional to mass, length, and then acceleration due to gravity. So, powers we will write it as A, B, C. So, to remove this proportionality we add k, that is constant k is equal to m A L power B G power C. So, for time, this is a time period. So, we will apply dimension, that is nothing but T, write it as T. For k they have given as 2 pi, right. So, for k apply 2 pi, we will keep like this T. So, for mass we can apply m. For length it is nothing but L, B. For acceleration due to gravity nothing but Lt raised to minus 2. So, we will write it in time period like this, m power 0, L power 0, T equal to k m power A, we can write L, B, see this is C here, L, C, T minus 2 C. So, add the powers B plus C and then T raised to minus 2 C, that is it. Now, compare the powers on both the sides. So, for A it is A is equal to 0, for B it is nothing plus B plus C is equal to 0. For C it is for time period minus 2C is equal to 1. So, C is equal to minus 1 by 2. Now, we have to solve this equation, right. So, upon the C at the point, we can substitute, we can take it as first equation, second equation, second equation, third equation. So, substitute 3 in 2. Substitute 3 in 2. So, second equation is B plus C equal to 0. So, B instead of C apply minus 1 by 2 equal to 0, that is B is equal to minus 1 by 2. So, B is equal to 1 by 2. Now, substitute B is equal to 1 by 2 in the first equation. A is equal to 0. So, we do not have A equal to 0, we can apply A equal to 0. B is equal to 1 by 2, C is equal to minus 1 by 2. So, substitute in the format first equation, that is T directly proportional to that is T is equal to K, we will write it. T is equal to K M A 0 L. Instead of B, we can write it as 1 by 2. For G, C instead of minus 1 by 2. So M is 0 here. So dimension of M is 0. We can omit this M. So T is equal to, instead of K, you can write it as 2 pi L 1 by 2 divided by G 1 by 2. Why? Because it is in negative, minus 1 by 2. If it comes to denominator, it is plus 1 by 2. Inmo, this correct, we can write it as format 2 pi root of L by G. So this is a relationship between time period and those quantities. Upper time is related as 2 pi root of L by G. So this is the derivation that we have to using dimension analysis. So T is equal to 2 pi root of L by G. So this is how the time period is related with these quantities. Now we can apply the second application of dimensionless, that is to check the correctness of the physical relation. So this is a physical relation that is between time period and length acceleration due to gravity. We can check whether this is correct or not. நம்ம derive பண்ணிக்கிறது கரெக்டா இல்லையான்றது again using dimension analysis. அப்போ எப்படி கரெக்டா இல்லைன்னு செக் பண்ணலாம்? The dimensions of both the sides should be same வருதா இல்லையா? We'll check now. So final relation is T is equal to 2 pi root of L by G. So now apply dimensions on both the sides. For time period it is T. For 2 pi we cannot apply, it is a number, so no dimension. Instead of length we will apply L. For acceleration due to gravity, it is nothing but LT raised to minus 2. So root of T equal to 2 pi, we will write it as L LT raised to minus 2 whole power minus 1. Why? Because it is in denominator. How much now? Root of T equal to 2 pi root of, if you simplify it, so L power minus 1, L power minus 1, L add the powers, L will be 0 and T square. Now T square na it gets cancelled. So power cancel as அப்படின்னா time period nothing but 2 pi. So dimensions on both the sides are same. So dimensions of both the sides are same. So our physical relation is correct. So this is one example. So we have derived the relationship between those quantities. So we will see another example which is given in our book and you will understand more. So we have to derive the expression for force. Force acting on a body moving in a circular path depends on mass of the body, velocity and radius. The force depends on mass, velocity, radius. We have to obtain the expression for the force. Here the constant value k, they have given it as 1. So we are going to derive how we are going to derive the equation for force. So force depends on mass, velocity and radius. So provide the powers F, A, B, C. Here F is equal to K, M, A, B, B, R whole power C. So for force you have to apply the dimensions. So for force we can apply the dimensions. So force mass into acceleration. So MLT raised to minus 2 K. Again for mass M A. For velocity LT raised to minus 1. For radius it is nothing but the length power C. So solve here. M A L B plus C for T minus B. Here M power 1, L power 1, T raised to minus 2. So now comparing the powers. If you compare the powers, A is equal to 1, B plus C is equal to 1, minus B. Right. So minus B equal to minus 2. So, B is equal to 2. Now, substitute B is equal to 2 in this equation. Upper 2 plus C is equal to 1. So, C is equal to 1 minus 2. So, C is equal to minus 1. So, C is equal to minus 1, B is equal to 2, A is equal to 1. So, now substitute that in first equation. So, F is equal to K M power A is 1, for B it is 2, for radius it is minus 1. So, nothing but F is equal to K ku 1 substitute panna. So, 1 into M V square by R. So, R inverse numerator la irukum. So, it comes to the denominator, it is R. So, F is equal to M V square by R. So, this is the relationship between the force that is acting in a circular path, that is the body acting in a circular path. M is equal to F is equal to mv square by R. That is, the body acting moving in a path depends on the circular path, the body moving in a circular path. Appa act the force F is equal to mv square by R, we have derived using dimension analysis. So, these are the three applications of dimension analysis. So, our last one was limitations of dimension analysis. What are the limitations? What are the disadvantages of dimensions? We have already seen it. Dimensionless constants, dimensionless constant அப்படின்னு பார்த்துருக்கோம். So, the numbers won't have dimensions, the pi. Information about the dimensionless constant in the formula like 1, 2. So, that is a disadvantage. See, second one, whether the quantity, the method cannot decide whether the given quantity is a vector or a scalar. Vector quantity, this is scalar quantity, dimension analysis we cannot find out. That is one of the disadvantages. Third, suitable to derive relations involving. This method is not suitable to derive relations involving trigonometric, exponential and logarithmic functions. So, we do not have sin theta, cos theta போட்டு apply பண்ணி exponential e power log apply பண்ணும்போது, if you are going to apply dimension there, we won't get apply பண்ண முடியாது. So, that is one of the disadvantage. Fourth one, it cannot be applied to an equation involving more than 3 physical quantities. More than 3 physical quantities, 4, 5 to 6, 7 physical quantities, அங்க applying dimension analysis will be more difficult. Fifth one, it can check only whether a physical relation is dimensionally correct, but not the correctness of the relation. For example, using the dimension analysis, S equal to, this is second equation of motion, that is S equal to ut plus 1 by 3 at square is dimensionally correct, whereas the correct relation is S is equal to ut plus 1 by 2 at square. So, the final one is what they say is dimensionally correct அப்படின்றத செக் பண்ண முடியும். அந்த ஈக்குவேஷனுடைய கரெக்ட்னஸ், அந்த ஈக்குவேஷன் கரெக்டாக இல்லையான்றது டைமென்ஷனல் சொல்ஸ். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், இது சேயிங் S is equal to ut plus 1 by 2 at square, and another we will take the same equation, S is equal to ut plus 1 by 3 at square. If I substitute dimension analysis, I can prove that this is dimensionally correct, even this is dimensionally correct அப்படின்னு ப்ரூவ் பண்ண முடியும். சப்ஸ்டியூட் டிஸ்பிளேஸ்மெண்ட்டுக்கு வெலாசிட்டி டைமுக்கு சால்வ் பண்ணோம்னா டைமென்ஷனலி தே வில் பி கரெக்ட், பட் திஸ் ஈக்குவேஷன் டஸ் நாட் எக்ஸிஸ்ட். இந்த மாதிரியான ஒரு ஈக்குவேஷன் கிடையாது, இட் இஸ் அ ராங் ஈக்குவேஷன். திஸ் இஸ் அ கரெக்ட் ஒன், இஸ் ஈக்குவல் டு ut plus 1 by 2 at square. ஸோ அப்போ இதிலேருந்து என்ன தெரியுதுன்னா, டைமென்ஷன்லி கரெக்டாக இல்லையான்றதை மட்டும், அந்த ஃபிசிக்கல் ரிலேஷன் வெதர் தே ஆர் டைமென்ஷன்லி கரெக்டாக இல்லையான்னு மட்டும்தான் இட் வில் டெல் அஸ், இட் வில் கிவ் த ஆன்சர். பட் அந்த கரெக்ட்னஸ், அந்த ஈக்குவேஷன் கரெக்டாக அது எக்ஸிஸ்ட் ஆகுதா அப்படின்றது dimension analysis மூலமாக நம்மளால் சொல்ல முடியாது. Doesn't give any answer about it. So, these are the 5 limitations or 5 disadvantages of dimensional analysis. So, over this we have summary of this lesson, what we have studied. The lesson la enna padichirukom about measurement. So, this is a basic of the further lessons. So, idhula dimension analysis, significant figures, rounding off, எல்லாமே important topics that you have to remember forever for studying higher classes. So, that's it. We have finished, we have completed the first chapter. So, in the next class we will start with the second one, or we will do the exercise, or we will solve few problems related significant figures, rounding off and other things. And meanwhile, I will send the homework as well. So, try to complete all those homework, and you can, if you have any doubt, you can text or you can send SMS through your school number. Yes, thank you.